Alright, so today you guys are going to be starting your next test grade. It's going to be to write a fable. You're going to do this in the form of a book, and you're going to have a rubric to help you as you create your fable. The substitute will be passing it out after you watch this quick lesson. So the elements that you need in your fable are, of course, your main characters. These characters need to be animals. You may have one human character, but that is all. Your animal characters need to have their appearance described. They need to have human actions as well as human thoughts, because remember, your animals in your fables have human traits, okay? They talk, they eat, they walk, all of these different things that you need to have in your fable for your characters. Your setting needs to have vivid description. That means very detailed. I need to be able to picture it in my mind, okay? It has to happen throughout the fable. I want to know what they see, what do they smell, what do they hear, where are they going? And I don't want it to happen only at the beginning, okay? I want it to be throughout the story, throughout the fable. What else you need is, of course, your plot, your storyline, guys. You guys have been getting confused with your story mountain, so in order to help you out with that, I created a story mountain anchor chart. If you look to your left, it is the one in the middle that is sideways, okay? Your exposition is your setting and your situation. It's your introduction. It provides where they're at, details about the story and the characters, what is going on. Your rising action is the part of the story that develops the story or conflict. It's telling me what the problem is that the characters are going to encounter. Alright? Your climax, this is the most important part of the story, the most exciting, okay? This is where the conflict reaches its peak, its highest point. And your falling action is the events that happen, of course, after the climax. This is the turning point in the story that allows the characters to find out what their resolution is going to be. And remember, the resolution is the solution to the character's problems, okay? It's how the story is going to end. Your plot needs to be logical. It needs to go in order. It also needs to have a character downfall. This can be anywhere in the story, you guys, but your character's downfall needs to be their embarrassing moment, okay? You also need the rule of 3 that adds to the effectiveness of your story, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. We covered the rule of 3 yesterday. A lot of fables and really good storylines always have 3 of something, okay? You also need to have your moral, which is going to be the theme. This will be stated at the end of your fable, and it needs to perfectly match the story that you have created. You cannot tell me some random story about how somebody spilled coffee because they were running with it, and you need to learn to always be nice to others. Okay, your theme needs to match your story. I have made a theme moral lesson anchor chart also to help you. If you look to the left, it's the one on the far right, okay? You also have an elements of a fable anchor chart to be able to help you if you get confused along the way. This is what will be the order of your book. On the front you'll have your title, a picture of your fable, and as well as, of course, your name, okay? You're the author. You need to own your work and be proud of it. In the middle of it, you will write your fable, okay? It needs to be at least 4 paragraphs long, guys, no shorter, okay? You need your beginning, your middle, your end, and then, of course, on the back, you will have your moral. That will be your 4th paragraph, okay? And you can also have some optional pictures on the back, but I don't want you guys to get too caught up in those pictures, okay? Your pre-write is what you are going to be doing today. You are going to fill in your fable chart to pre-write and plan for your fable. You guys did a fable chart last week, okay? You got confused about the story mountain parts of it, which is why I made an anchor chart, so that way you guys have that to look at since I am not here. It might help you guys to start with the moral or the lesson that you want to teach before you start planning the plot of your fable, okay? Because if you guys get really excited about the story you want to tell and then you realize they didn't learn a lesson, that's a problem and you're going to have to start all over. So if you're having trouble coming up with your fable, then you need to go ahead and just start with your lesson and then move in to the plot of your story. Once your pre-writing is complete, you may go ahead and start writing your fable, guys. This will be done either in your reader's writer's notebook or on notebook paper. It is up to you. It needs to be at least 4 paragraphs long, beginning, middle, and end in your moral. Remember, the moral will be at the end of the fable and on the last page of your book. You will be working during class today. Complete your fable chart for pre-writing. Then begin writing your fable. Use the anchor charts if you get stuck. There is no excuse for you to say, I didn't understand, okay? You have anchor charts, you've watched this lesson, and you also will have any questions that you have. You may ask the substitute. I'm sure they will do their best to help you. You may also write it down so that you can ask me on Monday whenever I get back. We will be publishing next Wednesday, okay? That is when this is due. You will be map testing on Monday, you'll be finishing writing your fable on Tuesday, and then on Wednesday is when you will publish this and turn it in for a test grade.